You just Avada Kedavra to do. You just walk over, you have the whole Wehrmacht marching across. Oh, we got a malaria disease. So I set my grow orders. So what should you do on the first night? First night, you need to set up a bedroom. You need to set up grow orders. You need to set up hunting and butchery spots. And you need to set up a kitchen. That's all usually possible with the beginning materials you're given, especially if you don't care about your pawn's RP in the beginning. So if I hit play now, there's 3 different speeds for this game, by the way. There's slow, faster, and fastest. Usually you'll be playing on fastest once you get a hang of the game. The game slows down to a pause on unmodded because whenever an emergency happens, the game wants you to look at the emergency and be ready for it. So you won't really speed past an emergency or anything like that. You'll just have like a regular life until something bad happens. Anyways, so we're on 1 speed in the beginning, and we're just watching our pawns. They're chopping down wood. They're building the Royal Game of Ur and the Cthulhu Stone hoop. That's pretty good, right? So what I like to do, and why we have the aesthetics emoji, is I like to plan things out ahead of time before we do it. So I'm going to plan out a round, like, gathering hall that's not that big. So it's going to be 5 on one side. 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1. Okay. And now I can just fill in the squares around. I like to plan in this game. I think I get a bad rap from Armchair Admirals because I'm a heel. I actually plan things. They don't always come to fruition, but I actually plan things. Anyways, we're going to start making beds for everyone. Right now, we don't have any material to make beds, nor do we have the research for it, and we're just getting up the regular barracks at the moment. Pawns don't like sleeping together unless they like each other, like and they're in love. But if you have a good enough barracks, they're okay with it. They're not going to worry about it too much. So we set up a little barracks to begin with. And now, what else do our pawns need? Well, we said they needed sleep. They needed recreation, which we got done with the Royal Game of Ur, which we're going to reinstall into here just so our pawns have something to play with. And they need food, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a campfire out here, and then we're also going to set up a butcher spot right next door. Because we generally want to keep this out of the pawns' living area. They'll freak out. So we have those early orders set up. We're getting a butchery table down. Everyone has a place to sleep, right? And now we're going to need more food. So my next point of order here is to get more food for my colony. We need to set an order to hunt animals. And again, I kind of don't want to attack things that attack back. When I attack things that attack back, my guys usually die, if you've ever watched me play this game at all. Also, things in groups. Animals in groups are more dangerous than animals that are alone. So, for instance, alpacas aren't dangerous. They'll never attack back. I can hunt them in whatever big group I want. But these muffalos are only 2% trigger. If I trigger the 2%, then the muffalos will come and all attack. And all of a sudden, I'm dealing with 8 muffalos right here instead of just 1 muffalo. So you tend to, if you're going to hunt animals in a group, or hunt animals that are in a group, you should be in a group as well. So here's the deal. Tribal starts, no way to preserve food at all. I need to constantly be making food, and then whatever food I eat or don't eat is just a thing. It'll either work or it won't work. So this is a little bit of a tougher playthrough. Maybe I should be doing a tutorial of a regular playthrough in the Lost World or something like that, just to show people how power works and stuff. Pemmican is the preservation in the game. Pemmican is made out of, the only problem is in this game, you can only make pemmican out of a combination of vegetables and meat. So I have to start working for, once I start harvesting my corn and harvesting the rice, I'll set a pemmican order. In fact, what I should do is make pemmican forever in front of the simple meals. Pemmican, if you scroll over to, oh god, it's outside. Spoils in 1.1 years. It will spoil underneath the rain, though. Everything spoils underneath the rain, which is generally why you want to put your storage indoors rather than outdoors. And in fact, this is a good example of my blueprint mod. So if I wanted to blueprint this and make it a storage shelter, like right next door, do that, whatever. I can just drop a storage shelter like right here-ish, right? Hang on, I gotta do this. That's a storage zone now. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so this happens every now and then. Your pawns, if you go over to the health section, your pawns might have different healths affecting them. Really just based off of if they're like alcoholics or they're addicted to something, like a drug. This girl right here was addicted to royal jelly. When you dig too deep in this game, you get bugs that spawn. And if you get a big enough infestation, they'll start spawning royal jelly, which is basically the queen of the thing. And your pawns love it. If they eat it too much, they turn into a bug. So one of my 5 pawns already just turned into a bug. I just lost a pawn for no reason, right off the bat. Sergio just became confused. Who the hell's Sergio? Oh, that's the dinosaur. Oh, my dinosaur has dementia. My dinosaur has dementia and a bad back because it's 75 years old. That is weird to me. I didn't know dinosaurs could get dementia. If you're playing at home, I generally suggest naming your pawns after what they are. So, for instance, Laughing Lobster is a medic shooter. I would name him Shooter or something like that, or Hunter. Last Chance is a miner. I'd name her Miner. Emily's Butt is an animal. I would name her Steve Irwin. And then Man and Sea is Plants, Craft, and Cooking. I would name him Me. Anyways, so if we hire it over here, this is what this button is. This little, these bars down in the bottom right, it tells you stats about your room that you just made. If I go over here, it tells me it's a barracks. They're dull, they're impoverished, they're not very wealthy because everything's in wood and it's just, you know, shitty sleeping ground. The space is very spacious, so that's positive. Its beauty is neutral and it's dirty, but it's not filthy. So it's an all right. It's not the worst barracks. Its impressiveness, just mediocre. But that makes my pawns not unhappy from that, which is nice. I need a full-time construction pawn, now that I'm looking at this. I think it has to be Last Chance. It's full-time construction for a bit. Alright, so we're filling in all this. And we're deleting all this on the outside. And we're just going to be keeping generally everything over here. Because right now it doesn't matter where my simple meals are or not. We need to keep our hunting up. Not just for food, but for light leather as well. We just had chunks of things crash by. I'll show you guys that in a second. Got a lot of fission mice. What the hell's a razor jack? So, a chunk of spaceship just crashed. Where is it? Revenge. That's what I'm talking about. When you shoot things enough, they'll come and attack you back. I also need to pay attention to where this Ripper Hound is. So this Ripper Hound is a predator. He's always going to hunt nearby animals before hunting me. Sometimes he can't find a nearby animal. And he'll start attacking your guys instead. I'm surprised. My guys are actually killing things and not dragging them back. But that's a twofold kind of nice thing, because the predators will attack your people, but they will also hunt things that you can scavenge off of them. They'll attack a nearby animal, do all the work, and then leave a pretty filled up animal for you to take. Anyways, here's spaceship chunks. Every now and then these crash. They give you steel and they give you components. They're really good. I usually save them. You can click, maybe it's double click on animals in the animals tab and you'll zoom to them. Yes, you can do that. You just click on them. So for instance, if I want to know where the ZZ is, right over here, I just click on it. A ZZ is a magical animal that I added in a mod. It's like a Chinese cat dragon, which is cool. Oh, every now and then you have people that come by too and they'll trade with you. So for instance, this guy's a combat supplier. That jade knife we're saving, we might be able to sell him. There's gold right there. As I stated previously, the more you go up in wealth, the harder things become. Wow, none of my guys are good at social. So the pawn that turned into something bad was the best pawn. That's great. We also need a prisoner tent. So look, I can sell this for $5. I can sell this for $4.45. All right, so it's not that much. Whatever. And I can buy things back if I wanted to. I'm actually pretty loath to make my colony more expensive than I need it. If I make my colony too expensive, then my raids go straight up, and it's a lot better to troll along the bottom than it is to rise up to the top. Oh, now this is the hardest part. I always gotta think of something. We shall be the Slap Belly Tribe. And our place shall be Crobustia. Is that an I or an L? Crobustla? It's I now. Crobustia. Sure. I'll put a little tiny prison area over here. We'll keep people over here. Alright, sleeping spot. We'll turn that for prisoners, which you're only allowed to do. Oh, also medical. I forgot to go over medical stuff. If any of your guys get knocked over, just right-click on them and hit tend. That's the medical stuff. Stingray's got the flu. She's a bug with the flu. So a lot of this game is, yeah, roofs are free. A lot of these games is figuring out what you need at any given time. You sort of look at your stats up here. You see, like, I'm going to need clothing and stuff eventually. By the way, the game, you get cold in this game and your guys are going to need clothing. We also need, like, a research thing that people can do. And we also need to put in beds. I can start putting in fur beds pretty soon, I think. How much light leather? Actually, I can easily put in fur beds. So we're going to do fur bed out of light leather. So when you click on something, you see these little arrows in the top right. This just allows you to make it out of different materials. And different materials, yeah, geothermals should not have a roof if you build the power supply on them. If you don't build the power supply on them, you can use the geysers as heating, especially in a tribal thing like this, which is a fun thing to do in medieval. But different materials give you different bonuses. They either make the thing stronger or they allow you to make something like right now this is gated behind cloth. I don't have any cloth, but it does allow me to make it out of light leather instead. So now I can just delete everyone's beds right here. And then we're just going to install light leather in the place. I shouldn't have done that, by the way. If you wake your pawns up early, they get a bad mood debuff. Slept on ground, slept in the heat, ate without a table, chilly. But we're fixing all that with beds right now. Why the bedrolls? Why would you choose that? So some things are good for either RP reasons. So let's say I was playing a bunch of campers. What up, Marine? I would use like the bedroll to do like a camping thing. Or the bedroll is useful in different parts of the game. So if I'm to go on a caravan, I could bring a bed with me, but a bed weighs like 50 kilograms in this game. A bedroll weighs like 1 kilogram. So you bring the bedrolls with you when you go on raids, or you go on quest adventures, on trades and stuff like that, and they sleep on the bedroll and they are happier because of it. So little things like that, which seems like it wouldn't be that important, are actually extremely important as the game progresses, or for different reasons in the game. Like for instance, this potted plant might not seem like a lot, but if I put a potted plant in here, all of a sudden the barracks will become more beautiful and people will like it more and get more positive boosts. Same with flooring. Flooring might not just be a... God, this is all going to catch on fire. Flooring might not just be like a thing to make it look more aesthetic. It also allows your pawns to move faster. It also causes your food to be less dirty. Actually, it's kind of weird how that works. Dirt doesn't get dirty, but wood floors do. So it's like until you get sterile floor, it's actually smart to leave your kitchen on dirt floors. Very weird. I think caravans is an advanced strat. I think most of what people need to learn about when they come into this game for the first time is how to survive. Because all that extra stuff, the caravans, the raiding, the quest lines, beating the game and all that stuff, usually you don't do that till you're like your 4th or 5th playthrough because you're just having so much trouble not dying and getting through it. So for instance, I have 370 something hours in this game. I die all the time. I wipe my colony all the time. And the only reason I get through a lot of things is I save scum. If I were to play things straight, I would have to be a lot more patient and stuff like that. By default, floor is better for hygiene. Okay, so I was wrong. Never mind that. Game combined with the flamethrower. Oh, see, now we have something hunting our things for food right here. So Timberwolf is hunting one of our animals for food. This will happen every now and then. They'll either hunt your animal or they'll hunt your person. Here comes the Timberwolf. The way you respond to this, by the way, is with everybody. Complete, unabashed, full response is the only way to deal with an animal coming in like this, or the animal will kill everybody and kill you. So anyways, we just fought and we just killed the animal. How would I do that? I highlighted all my pawns and I hit draft. This allows you to take direct control over the pawn. You can direct control your pawn in a few ways. Like I can grab him and force him to mine if I had any of this selected to mine, or force him to harvest over here or something like that. Or you have to click on them. Normally, especially for fighting, you have to draft them and then give them a physical command to go fight something. So they just did a fight right there, right? It was actually a pretty okay fight. We took on a timber wolf that did some damage to us. How do you see damage? Well, first off, I have to hit the self button on all these guys so they actually take care of themselves if they get hurt. I forgot to do that. You click on health. And now I see that he was bit in his right middle finger and it's bleeding. And he was bit in his left arm and it was bleeding. He has a little bit of pain, nothing terrible. I need to address this. He's in no immediate danger, but this could have been a lot worse. When you bleed, you have to bandage him up or else the pawn will bleed out. That's usually how a pawn dies. There's a few ways for a pawn to die. They'll die from like infections. They'll die from just straight getting killed. We've seen that many, many times. Just having a animal run up and bite them a few times and all of a sudden they're dead. Or just getting shot in the head with a bow and then they die. Thank you, Jostick, for gifting one to Mr. Roo. It's their first sub in the channel. Yay! I'm also going to slap down a research bench. This is how you advance your technology. Again, pretty straightforward. Art makes art. Butcher table butchers creatures. Stove cooks creatures. Wooden research bench. Or research bench you... oh, see, we got a plague. Thank God the plague was on him and not on us. The plague is something that pops up every now and then and just absolutely fucks over all your guys. It will usually kill like at least one person, which is really annoying. Ooh, a slaver's coming through. So we don't support slavery in this channel, but slavery is a necessary evil in this game. What the fuck are you? A Lernian Hydra. It has cancer. That is terrible. Hello, Guapo. God, even I'm learning all these new things. Alright, so this is a slaver. I would definitely not escape from the slaver. That would be way too scary. I would get eaten by a Hydra. You're sleeping. Emily's butt's awake. She can go talk to him. So trading is governed by... Can I not trade with these guys? Oh, he's over here. Trading is governed by your social score. If your social score is bad, then you can't trade. There is a person here that we can pick up. His name is Plaus Quack, which is a weird name. He's actually pretty decent. Even though he's a dunce, this guy's actually pretty decent. He can fill in a bunch of slots here. Crafting, art, animals, intellectual, mining. I'm going to try to buy the slave off of him and free him. Can I sell this Magicite? Oh my god, I'm just short. I have to sell this fucking Phoenix. Yeah, take this fucking Phoenix. I didn't want him eating my food anyways. We can do this one really quick. This is good. This will start showing off the psychic stuff. So we're going to accept this. And now we have to pick our leader of our clan. And usually you want the person with high social to be the leader. But... no one has high social. Laughing Lobster is the closest to it, and he's a jogger nudist kind, which is funny to me. So I don't want to make you someone like that, because you will freak out once you have to wear clothing, which is required of psychics. So I have to give this to my worst social pawns, which are these guys. And I think I'm going to give it to Last Chance. No, I can't even do Last Chance. Yeah, this is like a nudist colony almost. Yeah, let's give it to Last Chance. So this is a quest. We're going to accept it for Last Chance 811. God, this is terrible. So this person called for aid. She needs help, and we're going to bring her over here. And now a man-hunting lemur's coming along. And a manhunter pack at the same time. Cactipines. What's... Oh, god damn you. Why are you back over there? What's nice about this is they're right next to these people who will fight them for us. Which is pretty cool. Oh my god. That's not a sign from God, is it? Oh, duh. What was that? What hit you? Whole body burned and shredded. His heart was shredded. Jesus Christ. Anyways, we got all this shit now. And we're gonna launch this girl, which gives a yeoman ceremony, which we're gonna accept for last chance. Or yeoman. How do you pronounce that? Yeoman? So they're going to come in and land. This is the royalty pack, by the way. And we're setting up a tribal psychic, right? So he's there. We're going to bestow it. Now, he's a yeoman, right? What he's going to do now is go over to this anima tree, and he's going to worship at it, or meditate at it, rather. We're going to assign him. There, that's our first raid. The shotguns. Nice. Cool name, guys. Cool name. You go, shotguns. Cool fucking name. A group of pirates is attacking. It's a single woman. She's wearing scavenger armor, though. Why did I even say that? The scavenger armor isn't even a thing. Why did I just say that out loud? She's wearing... It said enemy scavenger. So again, best thing you can do for early stuff like this. Why are you bleeding? Just everyone, just grab everybody. If you grab everybody, it's way easier than just dealing with a little bit at a time. We even captured her. Is she a good pawn? Technophobe, pyromaniac, sanguine. And she's incapable of firefighting and art, but she's a good shooter, good construction, good medical, and good intellect. Here's the deal. This is a bad pawn to take. She's a pyromaniac. My entire building, my entire place is made out of wood. Usually you're supposed to let these people die. Anyways, I believe in taking every pawn. I love that we have a dementia-ridden dinosaur in here. I believe in taking every single pawn. And the reason for that is that it allows more fun stories to happen. Like, if you have a pawn that's all of a sudden lighting everything on fire, then that sucks, but it's something you can talk about, something that you can bring up. So we're gonna make her room look a little bit nicer, so she wants to stay with us. Do I have any more light leather? Oh, I do. I have plain leather. Let's build a copy of a bed in here that she can sleep on. Help wanted. Fields have yielded far more originally expect they could use help their harvest. Request president. If you want to help send a caravan with capable growers, you can view this. I could do that. I don't feel like doing it. Wow, that actually made her hate us more. Actually made her hate us more putting in all these amenities. That's funny. One good thing to do is if you're ever stuck and you don't know what to do next, hit the production tab. The production tab will show all the things you can make. And you'll just be like, oh, I needed that. That's right. And then you can just build something around it. So, for instance, I'm going to build a smithy over here. And we're going to RP it a bit. I know tribal fucking places don't have smithies. It would just work with me. It's like a little bit above tribal. And this is where the roofing can come in. So this won't get roofed, but you kind of want it roofed just so everything you make doesn't get destroyed. So then you would build the roof tiles above it, if that makes sense. Why didn't the wizard stop Hitler? That's my biggest thing about fucking J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter. They could have stopped Hitler. You just Avada Kedavra to do. You just walk over. You have the whole Wehrmacht marching across. Oh, we got a malaria disease. Oh, that's Bowers. All right, so this girl just caught malaria. Whenever you get a disease, that will kill your pawns if your immunity doesn't reach 100% by the time the malaria reaches 100%. So for instance, her malaria is going up real quick, and her immunity isn't really following up. I mean, the immunity is kind of sticking up with it. So whenever you get a really bad infection, the only thing you could do, get a quality doctor to tend to it with good medicine and make that person rest in a nice, undirty area. But even then, you'll just have people die for no good reason because the game hates you. And that'll just happen. You'll get like a plague, 3 people get a plague, 2 will get immunity, and 1 person will just die. Maybe Hitler is a wizard? Maybe. Properly tended by competent mag in a clean room. Yeah, what I said. We could build like a stables over here. Maybe like right here. Look at him go. First off, the wizards thought that he had a bunch of good ideas. It wouldn't be that hard, right? It probably wouldn't be that hard for time travelers to do it either. They'd be great on their own. Oh, that's awful. 4.9 days? That's terrible. Maybe you're just supposed to do that things are about to raid you. So we got our smithy down. Let's put in a bill, right? We're going to make 5 Ravager helmets. 4 round shields. Alright, so we're looking up Devil Strand right now, which we're almost done with. Which I'm not even sure we can grow. Maybe some over here and some over here. 2 little patches of it. That should be enough. I could grow a big patch down here. Should I do that? Just grow a big fuck-off patch of Devil Strand down here? That might be fun. That would be making the colony way more expensive. This is such a long prison. Long prison is long. Alright, Devil Strand's done. Let's go into complex clothing, because I think that's holding back the Ravager armor I wanted to make. The invisibility cloak is fucked up. The time turner's fucked up. You know? Why is there a forest right next to the school that, like, kills kids if they go into it? You have, like, man-eating giant spiders and centaurs that actively try to kill humans. You gotta move that school, buddy. Fence that shit off. Same with the lake. The lake had monsters in it. The most bullshit thing about that story that no one ever questions is that she protected him with love. How did no one be like, okay, that's a little fucking stupid? What do you mean you protected him with love? Alright, I'll take you guys on. So we got 3 more people that came in, all people with idiot haircuts. I'm not really sure what they do, but now we gotta feed them. Well, these guys might be betrayers. You know what's really fun is sometimes you can look at their stats. Like the depraved sets me off here. Psychopath sets me off. It really feels like these people are gonna betray us. They're just gonna stay here and betray. Watch me be right. I'm telling you, watch me be right. That's the second spider turn I just got. That is the second spider turn. I have 2 spiders now. I have 2 fucking mega spiders. I could go there. What's over here? Oh, there's like nothing here. Get him. Oh, fuck. That's not good. What? Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, the Sixian just got kidnapped. The Sixian just got kidnapped. No. That was a down, and then he stole him. I'm not even sure if the Sixian's gonna live through that kidnapping. I sure hope he does. We'll try to get him back later. I'm currently watching all my pawns die to one thing that just has ran around and destroyed the entire base. This guy still hasn't come home yet. He's been trying to shoot a tortoise for I don't know how long. But meanwhile, everyone else is bleeding out on the ground over here by one little thing running around in corners. I think he just knocked over another thing. I'm not even sure. Nope, he just calmed down. So the Rayhound ran in, was just pissed off, and just knocked everyone over. Last chance, Louis spent all day hunting one tortoise. He spent all day hunting a turtle. She's still out there on the ground. No one's even helping her. No one even cares. This is the thing you have to deal with pawns. This is why this game gets very, very, very pissy sometimes. Oh my god. Very annoying sometimes. Actually, I think I'm ending my stream. I'll just get back to this later.